and welcome to the introduction to the Markered Turnabout Stamp and Dies. I'm Laura for Concord 9th, and I'm excited to introduce this fun new turnabout design. Concord 9th is known for their ingenious turnabout stamps, and here's a new one. It's kind of a wonky plaid, and there's a few sentiments. There's a hi and a heart, have the best day, and friend. And then for the Markered Turnabout dies, I die cut all these to show you. They are really fun. Probably one of my most favorite dies of the whole February release. So the hello and the thanks and the love you and the yay, they all come with a backer that you can adhere the words onto. You don't have to use it, but you can add a pop of color. The big love you, this one also fits with that stamp, have the best day. You could fit that inside that large kind of wonky circle shape. And then you have the yay, and that kind of rounded rectangle also fits with the friend stamp set in the Markered stamp set. And then there's two different sizes of heart dies, a larger one and a smaller one. Those two coordinate with stamps in the stamp set. You can die cut that high heart and then the smaller heart as well. Now for the turnabout, I wanted to show you a few different options that you can get different looks. Now for the first one, I did 4 turns with one color. Aqua Sky is what I use for that. Now here's one, 4 turns with 2 different colors, honeysuckle and grapefruit. And lastly, 4 different colors using the Markered Turnabout. Now I want to show you how this comes together. I'm going to start with grapefruit ink for my first color. I'm using the big full-size Misty. I already have a panel of white cardstock on my all-in-one jig. If you have a jig, you're going to need a jig if you want to do the turnabouts. But once you have a jig, you can use it for all the different turnabouts. And also what I love about the new all-in-one jig is the packaging contains the directions. Because I'll tell you what, every time I go to use it, I gotta like relearn how to use it. I don't know, I have a glitch in my system. Okay, I rotated the jig, stamping it again with honeysuckle. But by the way, the all-in-one jig is very, very easy to use. It allows you to line up your turnabout perfectly so that when you rotate it, you get that perfect design. Okay, and I'm also using a little stamp press thing. It helps me to get even coverage around there. Okay, rotate it. The all-in-one jig has numbers, so I can see up in the top right corner there's a 3. I'm using my third color, which is sea glass. Okay, stamping this up. It doesn't really take a lot of stamping because it's just a few lines. As you can see, it's a bit of a wonky plaid, so it's kind of interesting. And you know I love anything plaid. I think a plaid is just timeless, never goes out of style. So there you have the third color. Rotate it one last time, clean off your stamp in between if you are using different color, which I am, Sprout for the 4th color. So this is kind of it's giving me Easter vibes. I don't know, this could be a great background for an Easter card. It's kind of springy and fun. Last color, Sprout, add that in. But I'll tell you what, one thing that don't forget, what do they say? Don't sleep on using white pigment ink. I did a card, I created a onesie where I use white pigment ink on Stardust cardstock, and it looks fantastic with this Markered Turnabout. Okay, here's a couple cards that I created. I did that big hello, but I made a shaker with that backer shadow word die. Filled it with some sequins. The background is stamped with 4 different colors for the plaid pattern, and the hello is matte gold cardstock. Here we have the love you. Again, notice I used white pigment ink for the plaid pattern in the background. I did Aqua Sky cardstock with some peacock ink and Oceanside, and it just really turned out fun. Sky's the limits with the different color combinations you can create and plaid patterns. And that is the introduction to the Markered Turnabout Stamp and Dies.